Well, we really wanted to take the Corvette into the 21st century. You know, we have 60 years of history. Every version we do, try to build on what we've done previously. So we try to take the lessons of 60 years, combine them with lessons from the racetrack, and build a better street car.
In taking this car to the next level, we really said to ourselves, we were going to have to break some traditions. We were going to have to do some things new, different, provocative, compelling.
We knew we wanted to change every surface of the Corvette, but it still had a speak Corvette when you looked at it.
We were really told to go for it, find a new Corvette design, a new Corvette look.
We didn't decide it was going to be a Stingray and then engineer the car that way. We had it in the back of our mind. But we weren't sure we could accomplish the twin goals of meeting the aesthetic expectations out of a Stingray. That means the car has to be very dramatic on the street. It has to have a design language that evokes a Stingray. You combine that with the application of technology in every single subsystem on the car, and you get that synergy between design and function that we felt at the end. And it really was one of the last decisions we made. We thought we had achieved a car worthy of the Stingray name. We tried to focus technology where it would make the biggest difference on actually driving the car, and probably the biggest area we focused on improvement was taking mass out of the body structure and also improving its performance. So moving to an all aluminum structure and optimizing it for aluminum fabricating techniques was a huge win for us. We took 45 kilograms, almost 100 pounds, out of the body structure and improved the stiffness by almost 60%. We've got our hood and our roof panel 100% carbon fiber, so that takes weight off the front end and out from up high, so that's nice. It lowers the center of gravity. Lowering the center of gravity is always good for the car. Taking weight off the front tires makes their workload less and actually adds weight to the rear tires, so you get more tractive effort.
I think the first thing people will notice is the hood vent and the quarters, and those are derived straight from Corvette racing.
The louver on the hood is to let the air that goes through the heat exchangers in the front go up over the top of the car instead of under the car as they do today, and creates downforce. We put the transmission and the differential in the back of the car, so we have vents on the quarter that let in cool air, go through some heat exchangers, and they cool the transmission and the differential, and then we exit the hot air in integrated vents, grills, out the back end of the car. It's another racing technology applied to the street car, but done in a very integrated and seamless way.
When it came to the tail lamps, Corvette has had the 4-round, somewhat round tail lamps since 1961. We still wanted to keep a dual element about it, but we thought, you know what, we've really got to push on this car and put as much reach as we can into it. Here we have indirect LEDs the LED light is being thrown into reflectors. You get an even lit pattern. Plus the tail lamp is now dimensional. It isn't just a smooth, flush surface. Our goal was to give our buyer, to give that customer a signature lit appearance at night, so people would know, hey, this isn't just a Corvette, this is the next Corvette.
We really focused on some of the things you can't measure with numbers, the way the car feels, the way the car makes you feel, things like refinement, sophistication, fit and finish.
The craftsmanship is a big story of this interior. Authentic materials, leather, carbon fiber, aluminum, handcrafted, hand-stitched. One of the big changes with this interior are the seats, and they're such an important part because they are literally your connection to the car, and they allow you to do a better job as a driver. So we actually designed 2 seats. There's a all-around GT seat, which is kind of a great all-around sports car seat, and then there's a hardcore track seat, which each seat has a new magnesium frame. It's got a hard shell back panel, and this makes the seats very stiff and rigid.
Cars are getting more and more complicated with control systems from everything you do. We have electronic power steering, you got magnetic selective ride, you've got electronic differential, you have stability systems, traction control, launch control. You have all these different systems that have a specific purpose in mind to aid the driving experience for a particular driving situation. It gets a little complicated for the customer to individually tailor all these different systems through individual controls. So we've integrated all those controls into one master knob on the center console.
And basically create like a graphic equalizer for the car where it optimizes the car for for the type of driving you want to do.
Basically, as you turn that knob left to be more conservative, right to be less conservative with the way the vehicle's set up, pretty much all your senses are affected. You feel the way the car handles differently, you can sense the stiffness of the steering, you can hear the sound of the exhaust. You really can tell even visually, because the cluster instrumentation actually changes configuration, setting up instrumentation in a way that's appropriate for what you're asking for.
Here again, the goal was to have something different that you could see from a block away, a football field away. We wanted a new sculptural language that we haven't seen before in Corvette, that if you saw it, it was unmistakably new, yet still said Corvette.
I think the car has a very dramatic, futuristic look, and as fast as this car is, that's honestly the way most people are going to see it, pulling away from you.